Hello, and thank you for tuning into this week's Mayor's Update. We have a lot of information to share with you here today, and as always, please feel free to share this information with any of your friends, family, relatives, and anyone else who you may think may find this information helpful to them as they go throughout the course of this week. The first thing we want to talk about today is give you an update about our downtown road repair project that's been going on for quite some time. This past week, crews went and lowered all of the structures in the street. That means the manholes, the water and sewer covers, the storm grids, and so on from there, so that when we go through next week and we mill the pavement and grind it down, we do not run into those structures, which would then cause repairs to have to be made on the milling equipment and draw out that process even further. The week after that, we will go through and put the base coat of pavement on, and after that, we'll lift those structures back up to be flush with the base coat of pavement, and that'll be the completion of this year's downtown roadway repair project for at least this calendar year before we go put the final coat of pavement on in the springtime. I want to assure members of the public that all structures will be flush with the top of the road throughout the course of the wintertime, and it's not going to be like we see in some roadway projects where the structures are still higher above the base coat of pavement. We want to make sure that those who are driving in the wintertime with the snow and ice still have a safe route through the downtown area, and we will make sure that that gets done here. I understand that this has been quite a long process for many people, especially our downtown businesses, and I want to encourage everyone to please continue to support those downtown businesses as we get through the tail end of this project and we see the light at the end of the tunnel there. So we are continuing to move forward on that, and the end is in sight, which is very exciting. Many people have been asking about the process of reopening our buildings to the public. Here in the city of Gardner with our public buildings, I want to let you know that our DPW building is fully back open to the public over on 50 Manka Drive. If you have any need to go visit those offices, we just ask that you kindly wear a mask as you enter the building and you follow all proper social distancing guidelines when you deal with our staff members at the DPW building. Our senior center is also back to being partially open to the public and is offering our exercise classes that we offer to our seniors back on a somewhat usual schedule compared to what it used to be. We are currently offering line dancing for a cardio exercise class, as well as yoga and Zumba. So if you have any questions about participating in these classes or what protocols are being followed for these classes, please feel free to contact our senior center staff, particularly our director, Claude Ledger, and they'll be happy to assist you in any way that they can. Our library is still operating on a curbside pickup only basis. That's just because of the size of our library. We don't have the resources right now to follow all of the adequate cleaning requirements that come with the current COVID regulations. And we are operating on a curbside pickup to make sure that we are still able to provide our residents with the services of the library. The library has done a great job taking a lot of pictures of the books and putting them up on their website and their social media pages to make sure that as people are wondering what books are available to them, if you can't find it on the library's website, you can check the social media pages or check the interlibrary loan option on the library's website so that you can still get those books and services available to you there. Our stations are operating on the same system that they have been throughout the pandemic. Our police station is fully open to the public. You just enter in the front door and go to the dispatch window and they'll be able to assist you there. Our fire station is still closed to the public. However, we are still offering our inspection services that are there on an appointment basis. So please feel free to call over there if you require any inspections or any services done by our fire department. And lastly, here at City Hall, my goal is to get the building open by the end of the month of September. There are a couple things that have to be done and put in place with regard to rearranging how some of the offices may be here in City Hall, and once those processes are done, we will be able to fully reopen back to the public, and we'll be able to give you an update in one of these videos beforehand so you know when that will happen. I do want to give a special thank you to our building commissioner, Roland Jean, as well as our custodial staff, Paula Blank and Phil Houle, for the work that they've been done to making sure our buildings remain safe, clean, and ready to open when we do reopen. I also want to thank our Public Health Director, Lauren Saunders, and our Director of Human Resources, Deb Pond, for all of the work they've done throughout the pandemic to make sure that our buildings meet the needs of the public as we continue to go forward. Our police department received a grant from the Commonwealth recently to increase patrols to make sure that people are following the new hands-free law here in Massachusetts. Last year, Massachusetts passed the hands-free law, which says that motor vehicle operators and drivers cannot have handheld devices in their hands while they're driving. This means no phone calls, texting, and other items on your phone while you are driving. The use of any phone calls or anything like that have to be running through the car's speakers or through a Bluetooth system. So thank you very much to our partners at the Commonwealth, particularly at the Department of Public Safety, for allowing us to get this funding so that we can increase those patrols across the city to make sure that we are providing for the public safety of our residents here in Gardner. School sports has also been a topic that has come up quite a large amount lately. I can say that registrations have begun for our fall sports programs at our high school. There are some sports that will be moving to the spring, particularly football, that once we are able to get further out through this pandemic, we can play at a safer and more secured environment given the current pandemic situations. So football and some other sports will be moving to the spring. However, field hockey, cross country, golf, and some other sports will still be operating on the fall semester. If there's any questions about this, you can find this on the school's website, www.gardnerk12.org, or you can reach out to our athletic director, Dan Fort, for any questions. I do want to thank Director Fort for all of the effort he's been putting into making sure that we can have some fall sports available to our students in the upcoming semester. I should also note that sports at the middle school level have been canceled for the fall semester, and there will be no fall sports for our middle school age students. That's simply because all of the requirements that we have to have right now for just to get our high school sports off the ground, it was thought that we wouldn't be able to get all of that done for our middle school students. So unfortunately, they will be taking a year off then, but again, our athletic director is seeing if we can have an increased amount of intramural sports, so it's Gardner Middle School students playing Gardner Middle School students, so that we do continue to provide our students with a way to be out and active and socialize with their peers on the athletic fields, even though we will not be doing interscholastic sports games for the middle school. The last thing I want to talk about today is trick or treat. My office has received many calls about what the city will be doing for trick or treat come this Halloween. I do want to say that it is still early out, being it's only early September. However, guidance can change between now and then. At this time, the plan is that we will still have trick or treat in the city of Gardner on Halloween Day, October 31st, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. as we have normally done in the past. If you choose not to participate in trick or treat, we ask that you simply turn your light off on the outside to signal people not to go to your door, as we have traditionally done in the past. And if a parent feels that they would not like their child going out trick or treating, we ask that you simply keep your child home. Those that go out trick-or-treating are asked to follow all masking guidelines and social distancing guidelines as they visit different people's homes on Halloween. But unless the Commonwealth cancels Halloween statewide, we will still be having Halloween trick-or-treat here in the city of Gardner, unless anything changes between now and then from the state. That is it for this week's update. Thank you all for tuning in to listen. Again, please share this information with anyone else who you think may find it interesting throughout the course of the week. Until we talk again, please continue to watch out for yourselves and others, get outside, take care of your own mental and physical health, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week. Thank you very much, and have a good day.